This is Mindful Mountains Open Meditation and Mindfulness Exercises weekly meeting, where we practice a mindfulness exercise and simple meditation. And I like to usually define or share how I define those two terms as being different but complementary. Mindfulness is paying attention in a particular way to the present moment without the need to label it. So it's more of a state of being than it is a doing of a thing. I be mindful of the present moment. The part about not labeling it is the key way for my mind to step away from trying to do a thing, trying to think about it. In that if I don't have to have an opinion about this thing, it just is what it is. That lets me come back to my body. And that helps me be mindful before the brain can kick in. So the present moment doesn't need my opinion about the moment. I just need to be present in the moment. So we will be practicing a body scan, which will make us present in each moment of our body, connecting. Different than meditation, which I define simply as centering in stillness, which does take some, it's a thing I'm doing. I am quieting my mind, I am focusing my attention, I am practicing mantra, and I am becoming still. Now I can embody a meditative way of being that is very mindful and that mindfulness supports, but meditating is a specific thing I'm doing. So it's subtly different than mindfulness, but they're very harmonious and very related, and each will enhance the other. I'll invite you to sit comfortably, legs crossed or not, hands in a particular position or not. You're just sitting down. You can do a body scan standing, although it's sometimes helpful to close the eyes, and eyes closed standing can sometimes affect your balance. So without having to worry about falling over, sitting is helpful. Eyes don't have to be closed if they don't want to be, however. Soften your gaze so that you're not drawn into some area of focus. I'm going to take a couple deep breaths. In my deep breaths, I'm just imagining that I'm pulling my attention inward, into my body, rather than all of the sensory information around me. And when I practice a body scan, I like to literally imagine like an X-ray scanner at the airport.
I'm sorry, I quit. I lost my sound.
Mute, Bill. Sorry. Muted. Imagine yourself in an airport scanner, an X-ray machine. And it's sort of bzzz from the top of your head down to your feet and then back up. Let's take our attention to the top of the head. And we're going to use our mind to scan our body. So attention is moving from the top of the head, and I'm sort of imagining it on the exterior, around the crown of my head, both of my ears, and my forehead, and my eyes, my lips and mouth and jaw, sort of the front side of my body, throat, collarbones. I'm going to notice the outside of my arms, down over the deltoids, over the elbows, forearms, wrist, the back of my hands, knuckles, and fingers. And notice the space between my fingers. I'm just giving mental energy to. I'm thinking about the tips of my fingers, rounding over to the underside. Back to the palms of my hands and the inside of my wrist and forearm and elbow. Up alongside the inside biceps, up into the armpit, and then back at the collarbones. My attention will go down over the chest. I feel my chest rise as I breathe. And belly. Feel the bend of my hip. And then continuing down the upper thigh. Just thinking about my upper thighs, directing my attention there. Noticing my kneecaps. And shins. And the top side of my feet. Those little bones, delicate. A mindful curiosity, like saying hello to 10 toes. And the space between. And then the soles, and the arch, and the heel. and the ankles. And our attention is coming back up now over the thighs. Our calves. And the back of the knee. That hollow space. Now up the hamstrings, back of our thighs. And through the glutes, our sit muscles. And we're going to become aware of our spinal column coming up the back. And as I come up the lower back, I'm going to give some of my attention to scanning inside this trunk that houses all the organs. The colon, and the small intestine, the kidneys, liver, the stomach. Notice your diaphragm expanding and contracting to breathe. Moving up the spine, up the upper back. Your lungs filling, and your heart beating, and your ribs protecting them. Notice your shoulder blades. And the back of your neck. And let go of your jaw. And our attention has returned back to the top of the head where we began. A few more breaths. Noticing. And there are areas you haven't said hello to in a while. There is no need for change here. There's no need to alter your breathing or to stop your thinking. We're just being mindful of our body. And with your next breath, you can return your awareness to the space around you. Noticing whether anything feels different. There is no intention or need to shift or change the way we're breathing, say. But things may shift. Body scan is a mindfulness exercise to bring attention to every cell and to practice the mindfulness mind, beginner's mind, Buddhists call it, a state of being curious about what is. The body scan can be done in, you can extend it to an hour, giving attention to every hair on your head, or it can be done in just a few breaths. throughout the day. You can bring your mind's attention to any particular area if throughout your day you do notice, something's up with my gut, or, oh, I feel an ache in my shoulder. Pause, give your mind's attention to that area, and just take a few breaths there and notice whether anything shifts. Sometimes things just need some attention. To shift from mindfulness to meditation. We do meditate sitting upright. Generally, legs are crossed at the ankles, and we want to sit in a comfortable position. Do our best to reduce distractions as far as sensory stimuli. Having quiet is nice. Having darkness is nice. Having a receptive and willing attitude is essential. A willingness to relax, and an attitude of gentleness towards yourself for when those moments that the mind does what the mind is designed to do and think and carry you off into next week's laundry list. We be gentle and we just come back to center, back to breath. There are tools for a successful meditation practice. One is mantra, a key word or phrase repeated mentally and coordinated with the breath. So that when you inhale, you just mentally repeat, I am. Exhale, at ease, relaxed, peaceful. I am the light, whatever you choose that you like. We will practice simple meditation, centering in stillness. I like to connect thumb and forefinger and then link them together. Place my fingers in my lap. That helps me feel sort of like I'm hugging myself, like I'm closed in, like I'm wrapped in a blanket of my own body. It feels like a connection, a greater connection. And close our eyes. Some deep breaths help us just settle in. It helps us shift gears. Deep breaths help you shed the day, shed stress. Our point that we center our attention is the top of the head. I call this your mindful mountain. Visualization can employ the imagination and engage the brain that way. It has a job. Visualize a miniature version of yourself, literally sitting on top of the head at this point. And that's where your attention is, sitting on top of your head. I am that mini me. And choose one mantra and stick with that. I am at ease. And this is simple meditation. Mantra with breath. Allow the mind to settle. I notice my breathing slow. It feels more relaxed. I am at ease. Back to center. Back to mantra. Gently. You may notice a sense of pressure or weight at the top of the head, or a tingling or a throbbing. Or even the sensation that you're breathing through the top of the head. You're physically feeling where your attention is focused. am at ease. Thoughts will come and they will go. Mantra, centered breath. Notice being relaxed by feeling heavier in my chair, my head feeling a little droopy, wobbly, an increase in warmth. I am at ease. Please remain quietly in meditation while I share a short reading entitled Self-Reliant. Look closely, my heart. See how all things arise and pass away. Even that which is turning the shapes on this page into the sounds and thoughts you are right now silently speaking to yourself. When you no longer need to read the signs to find your way, you'll know for yourself that books and maps can only get you so far. There is a direct path. Notice how that feels. Please take a moment, mentally, silently, in your own way, express gratitude. For the connection with yourself. And to come out of meditation, we bring our attention from the top of the head down between the eyes, the bridge of the nose, you can gently rub your eyes, gently stretch. Come out of meditation. And we can pick up the world that we put down for a few minutes of quiet. The reading was from a little book called The First Free Women, and it's a collection of female monks, Buddhist monks. Meditation, like anything, is best done daily to build the habit, and it gets easier and easier to find the quiet space, the centered stillness. So we'll keep doing this next week. Thank you for joining me. Good night.